So we have an update for the Week 15 2025 flex schedule. So Buffalo and New England was slated to be flexed out of Sunday afternoon on CBS early and into probably Monday night most likely, because we were already on Sunday night. Buffalo and New England was already on Sunday in Orchard Park. So in Foxborough, it was slated to be on Monday night, probably in Foxborough. Probably would have been, obviously. I'm assuming they didn't want, it would have been on there. Well, it wouldn't have been on Thursday. It would have been on Monday night. With Miami at Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't blame them. But if they would have flexed out. And I'm surprised Green Bay at Denver, Indianapolis. See, I'm surprised one of these two also didn't get flexed out of Miami, Pittsburgh. I'm a little surprised, but Pittsburgh probably kept Pittsburgh in because it's the AFC North, and they're in a tight race in the AFC North. So, and they also, did do a flex in Week 14. They switched a game in Week 14. They switched. They did end up switching right here. Cincinnati Buffalo was supposed to be in the 4:25 Eastern window. They put Cincinnati Buffalo in the 1 Eastern window because Cincinnati of their record. If you actually look up Cincinnati's record, I'll show you here. They are 4-8, so, and Buffalo is 7-5, or 8-4 now. Buffalo is 8-4 now. I thought they were 7-5, but still got someone else maybe. The Texans. So the Bills 8-5, or 8-4 against the 4-8 Bengals. So that does not surprise me. It's Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, they're good with Joe Burrow on their own, but it's not like the Bengals for playoff positioning. They're not fighting for playoff positioning yet, So, they are in the North, winning the division. But that's about it. They're not fighting for, a wild card really at all. So that does not surprise me at all. Then we have Week 15, which is not any flexes, like I said. I'm surprised LA Chargers can't see. Green Bay at Denver, Indianapolis at Seattle. One of them is not flexed out of Miami at Pittsburgh. Each network can protect a game. I'm kind of surprised though that one of these two, LA Chargers can see was the Brazil game. I mean, I can see CBS keeping that, but it's in the early window. But what about one in Green Bay at Denver, Indianapolis at Seattle? I'm surprised Miami at Pittsburgh doesn't move to the late window. I'm surprised one of these two doesn't. I'm surprised, honestly. Because of the flex scheduling rules, each team can play 7 primetime games. 6 of them are scheduled before the season starts. One of them can be flexed in. So I'm really surprised, though. I know Fox late window is not that great. So I know they want to take away from Fox's window. But you made Denver and Seattle. I'm surprised. I'm pretty surprised. They have not even had one flex game this whole season. Then we have Pittsburgh at Detroit, which will be kept in. New England at Baltimore could be flexed out or either New England at Baltimore or Pittsburgh at Detroit. One of those two could be flexed out for Cincinnati Miami on NBC Sunday Night Football. Would not be surprised. LA Chargers at Dallas, Tampa at Carolina. One of those two could also be flexed out of the Fox single, into Sunday Night Cincinnati Miami as well. So we'll see how that goes. Week 17 now. You pretty much have Sunday night set It's going to be guaranteed. Monday night, Atlanta Falcons. They're not flexing it out because of the Rams. They're flexing out because of the Atlanta Falcons. Or if they're not even in playoff contention. And then with 2 games to go with. Most of it, I almost assume will not be. The biggest guarantee they won't be. So, even for the division. You know? So, the late window, the single window, Jacksonville, Minneapolis is the only real game. Maybe, that could be in the early window. But, I could see like a Saturday game. You have 3 good Saturday games. You have Seattle, Carolina, Baltimore, Green Bay, and Houston, LA Chargers. One of them is on NFL Network. One of them is on Peacock. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these 3 gets picked for LA Rams in Atlanta. Or Jacksonville, Indianapolis does. I would not be surprised at all either. I would not be surprised by that. One of those 2, which 2 are going to be picked? I don't know. But they could also do one of them. It says the above games at 6 for Saturday about time and a network to return. So that can mean they can move one of them to instead of Saturday to a Sunday night, Monday night. Like they can flex in other net times. Doesn't mean it has to be just a Sunday game. So that would be my second flex of the year. Coming those this late in the season. This late in the season. I know Pittsburgh, I can see why they kept in because they're for the AFC North, but man, that's the only potential thing I see. And we have week 18. What games are week 18 features? Baltimore, Pittsburgh could be one. Indianapolis, Houston could be one. You have LA, Denver could be one. You need Detroit, Chicago. Carolina, Tampa Bay, Seattle, San Francisco. So there's 6 good potentials. For playoff for good game matchups. That could be. Maybe Baltimore, Pittsburgh could be kept in for the AFC North title. Indianapolis and Houston could be if Indianapolis and Houston for the AFC South title winner. I could see that one. San Francisco for the NFC West title. Carolina, Tampa Bay for the NFC South title. Maybe Denver maybe for like a top seed maybe a top seed in the AFC. Chicago, same thing. Maybe for a top seed. That would, the other 4 are more playoff positioning for as of now for divisions. And there was also a change. The week 16 schedule for the NFL right now just flexed in, or just flexed the times of the games. The Saturday games they picked before the season. They did not flex them. They did not flex Philadelphia, Washington, which I thought they might flex Philadelphia, Washington, but they did not. Philadelphia, Washington. I'm surprised they didn't flex in for one of the Buccaneers, Panthers, or Jaguars, Broncos. I'm really surprised that they did not, charge Cowboys. No, I'm really surprised. But they did not. And they're keeping the Eagles Commanders game. That's a 5 p.m. local time game, 5 Eastern time game, and the Packers Bears game at 8:20 Eastern. Both of them are on Fox.